Sound is like, okay, check, 1, 1, 2. Check.
Stream Elements says Yadas is now live.
Yeah.
Streaming software and game development.
Check.
Game dev.
Yeah, okay.
Upgrading our
Everything
player
seems good.
animation.
Yep. All right. Mm-hmm. Wait a sec, I need to remove my tea from the cup. Otherwise, it might get too bitter. Okay. All right. Today we will finish what we started like 2 days ago with the playables thing. I haven't done anything since the last stream, so we'll just continue where we left off. Let me think. I forgot where I was here last time. So I copied something over. I remember that. Oh yeah, he put the disconnect input in there. I remember for some reason. I don't know why, but I think if I remember correctly, he just said you should do this because of there was like a bug, right? If I play this, give me a sec. If I start this now, it should throw a bunch of errors. Okay, maybe not here, but if I go on player, where's this? Oh wait, I put it on the model, right? Yes. If I move it here, I press right click. Ah yeah. Can I connect input 1 is already connected. This is kind of I don't like this. But disconnected first, but why? I don't. I'm already annoyed about this tutorial. I shouldn't even connect it again if it's already connected, you know? Okay, well, I'll just follow this tutorial for now until I understand, because this feels like a one-time thing. This shouldn't be happening every time, I think. You should connect the input once and then use it. Okay. Anyway, I'll just leave it like this. Let me continue with the tutorial.
Driven by if there's a clip playing or not. We'll do this by switching the animation mixer to have only one input by default, then in our play method calling the mixer's set input count method and pass in 2.
Set input count 2. Wait, why does it do that? That I didn't understand, but sure. Set input count 2. Okay.
Update, let's wrap our input wait lines in an if statement saying if mixer's input count is 2, do that. Otherwise, set input 0 to 100%.
Okay, now I'm gonna play under update, which is up here. So he's basically saying if mixer get input count. Why is this a function? Kind of. Okay, whatever, it is a function. This is correct. Yeah, that's it. And else. That input wait 0, 0.
Finally, we can
0,
check
1. 0, 1. Then you don't need these two, I think.
If animation clip playable dot is done under the waits, and if so, disconnect that input, set input count back to 1, and destroy the clip playable.
Okay. I get that. For this tutorial, I think that makes sense, but later it probably won't. So it's inside here, right? Basically, if underscore clip is done, then underscore mixer disconnect input underscore clip. Wait, that's not what I wanted. Destroy. There you go. Why is that? Oh, you need to tell it which input to disconnect. I see. Is this an index variable? It is, right? Input port. Okay. Okay. Ugh, the tea is hot. Too hot. Check something real quick. Okay.
Back in the editor, we can see the animation.
Why would you do that so quick and then check? Set input count.
Back in the editor.
Okay, so basically once it's destroyed, he sets the input count to 1. Bang, right? Set input count. No. Input count back to 1. I don't really like this, but I get it. It's just a one-time clip that he wants to play and then forget about it. I'd rather use variables for this. Basically, if you press a button, you play that clip, but you don't need to delete it. You know what I mean? Just set the wait for that clip to 100% and then it should override everything else. There has to be like a hierarchy, kind of like a priority for animations. Which animation is weighted more, basically. For example, when you attack while walk, you want to show the attack animation over the walking animation. Something like that. All right.
Editor, we can see the animation mixer has only one input by default. Playing the clip creates a new animation clip node and hooks it up to the mixer. And once the clip is done playing back, it cleans itself up and the mixer's back to the default of only one input.
I didn't even see that. Let me see. Let me try that out. I'm gonna put the graph down. Null. Huh? Playable is null. How is it null? Nexus. I don't want to see the Nexus. I want to see the player. This one. It's playing all of them at the same time. That kind of stupid. Okay, let me just put this on 1. And then go to game. Right click, like this. I kind of want to move this down here so I can take a look at it while I play. I want to see what happens, like what is being played. Oh. Okay. So it basically creates a clip, adds it to this mixer here, and then deletes it again. That's what's happening. Okay, and I'm guessing this one is closest to the output, so it has the highest priority, right? If I would have put it in here, there's an animation layer mixer. playable. Okay. This is gonna get interesting. I wonder what the difference is between animation layer mixer playable and animation mixer playable. Over here, he has 3 of them. Those are the 3 that I created in the animator, I think. What's this? Pose. Okay. This one is. Oh, this one has none. Kind of weird. These ones are the move, right? So if I roll. Oh, it switches it to roll? Oh. That's interesting. How does that work though? Is it like all of them at the same spot? Nah. That's interesting. Huh. Interesting. I wonder how that works, but okay. I understand what's happening. Let's say it like that. Mm-mm. Settings. All right.
Put. Besides the issue of snapping the weight to 100% as soon as the animation clip starts playing back, it's looking pretty good. Getting the weights to adjust for us is pretty easy as well. Let's grab the clip's current time, normalize it by dividing the time by the clip's duration, then create a new local weight variable defaulted to 1D. If time is less than 0.1, set weight to normalized time divided by 0.1. Else, if time is greater than 0.9, set weight to 1 minus normalized time divided by 0.1.
Okay, this is a little bit too much. I don't understand
Now,
what's happening here. He's just dictating what to do, but not explaining what it means. Like, what does this code do? I'm gonna copy it for now and then see if I understand it better. If I copy it line by line. So he says time equals underscore clip get time. What does get time do? Is it like the current play? I want to see the docs to this. What does returns the current local time of the playable? Okay, so basically at what point in time the animation is being played. I wanna rename this. Maybe like cursor or something. Current play cursor? Nah. Current point in animation, something like that. Current time in animation. I'm gonna leave it like this for now. Copy the thing and then I'll think about this. But I will do it like this. Current time in animation. x of duration. X seconds. Or let's do like this, i.e. x1 second of clip duration. I don't know if this is even, it's local time, so I have no clue if it is a seconds or milliseconds. Probably milliseconds because we are playing in frames per second, so seconds will be divided by at least 30. I mean, it depends. Depends on the CPU, I guess, and how well the game is running, but it will be divided. So
change this.
Wait, I didn't want to press play. I wanted to copy more. So time. Then you need normalized time, which is time divided by clip get duration. What does that mean? It's basically a percentage, right? Percentage of clip duration. 1 divided 1 second divided by 3 seconds. 1.33 slash 33% of clip played. Wait, is IE not written with a space? Wait, let me check that because up it didn't. Yeah, it seems like you don't write with a space. Okay. Okay. And then he has a weight here. He put it to 1D, so one integer. And then, oh yeah, if, correct. If normalized time is smaller, not bigger, smaller than 1.f, then set the weight normalized time f. Let me put the scope there. Bigger than 0.9f. So basically, if the animation started, set the weight, divide the normalized time by 0.f. Okay. Guess this is for scaling it up and down. And what does he do when it's almost finished? When it's almost finished, he says 1 minus normalized time. 0.1 minus normalized time. Isn't that kind of weird? Let's say this is 9f, right? Then it would be 0.1f, and 0.1f divided by 0.1f would be 1, right? The weight would be 1. What happens here if it's under 1.1f? I wonder what happens in between. This is just for start and end, right? If it's starting and it's under 1.1f, let's say 0.5, then you divide it by 1.f. Would probably just be 0, or a little lower than 0.
The set input weight calls to reference.
Oh, set input weight, that one. Wait. Did we remove the get input count thing? Oh no, it's up here. I just need to move this in here. This, right? Right.
Our local weight variable casted as a float.
Why? Why are you casting here? Why do we need to cast here? Weight is why are you using 1D though? Oh, he's using zeros and ones? Because D is decimal, right? It's D is like a whole integer, I think. C sharp 1D unity. I think 1D was decimal integer. Whole numbers basically. So he's using that to either set it to 0 or 1, I think. I just don't understand why. You have to expect the float here, right? This is kind of annoying. A little bit annoying, float. I think I understand why he does it this way, but I don't like it. I do not like this. No, no. All right. Continue. See where this goes.
We can also clean up that old weight slider since we're no longer using it anymore.
Okay.
Back in the editor,
Wait.
clean up
here.
that old weight.
Sure. Basically, he removed this and made it through code flexible. Right. Okay.
Weight slider since we're no longer using it anymore. Back in the editor, we can run around, and when we press 1, it smoothly transitions over the first 10% of the animation to our joyful jump, and then smoothly transitions back to our regular animator controller for the last 10% of the animation.
Yeah.
Just to make
That's what I gathered from the code. See how this works. If I press right click right now, it should show the attack animation. Oh yeah. What I don't have yet is that the direction for the attack animation is correct. Right now it's only playing down because I only have the slash down animation clip in here. I need to add all directions in here. And then I can move around and press right click to attack basically. Yeah, but we'll finish the tutorial first, see if I understand everything, and once the tutorial is finished, I'll go in here and create my own animator script basically for all directions. And I don't know if we even need the animator then. I mean, it's good that there is one, right? But if I put everything in here with the clips, I don't need this at all. I can just put in a blank animator in a way. I'll think about it. Well, you cannot be null. This one, this can be null? When is this null? Yo, a lot of errors. Playable is null. I'm guessing he goes in here and the clip is not loaded yet. But the clip is a... Wait, it is generated, right? I generate a clip here, play. And play is only being called when I right click. So that's the reason. It did not create the animation clip playable when I right click, basically. If I don't right click, I mean. So that means we will need to move this up later. So it is being Yeah, so it is being created in the start method basically, and then no arrows should be thrown. Okay.
Make sure the math is clear for everyone, let's create some variables so you get a better look at how the fade in and out calculations are made.
Okay. Underweight. So var fade in normalize time equals 1.f, and then var fade out normalize time, I think. And you put that also to 0.1f. And then you put them there. So basically, this is the fade in. And this one is the fade out. Okay. See what he's doing. Delete this minus this. Put them in brackets so he knows that this one's done first. Okay. Wait, it's still running. No. Not what I wanted. Okay. Wait, what does it say here? This can lead to a loss of state and you're running. That's
While this is great and all, it's still not a real world scenario yet. Let's remove the keydown check from our one-off animation script, and instead, I'm going to add a reference to the script to my third-person character controller.
I don't know about this. I don't really want to do that.
While this is great and all, it's still not a real world scenario yet. Let's remove the keydown check from our one-off animation script, and instead, I'm going to add a reference to the script to my third-person character controller.
Okay, I see what he's doing. That makes sense. Because he doesn't want to have everything in there, right? So what he did, he basically this play method. This is what I did here. I just added this here. And he's doing that now through his character script, I think. I mean, this is okay. This, I'll have to do this like this, I think. I will have to create a bunch of methods in here that get played when a certain key is being pressed, basically.
Toss a couple animation clips on, and then somewhere in here, I'll check if you press 1, play the first test clip, and if you press 2, play the second test clip.
I don't like that. The clip should be in the player animation script, basically. And the character controller should only tell the other one that the button was pressed, basically. Or the controls if you use the input system too, the newer version. And the animation script should handle which clips are being played. I think that's better. It's better than to save animation clips inside the character controller and then send the animation clip you want to be playing. That's kind of weird. I'm a follow along, but I will not copy this just to see
clip
what he does. Wait, let me just a sec.
1, play the first test clip, and if you press 2, Play the second test clip.
Oh, he just added a new line. Okay.
Now this is probably a good time to mention that I forgot to update my animation clip playable.create method when making my play method earlier, because it's still using the public animation clip and not the one passed into the play method.
I don't want this. Isn't that weird? I'm thinking. If I do it his way, right, then I will need to store the animation clips in the character controller or in the controls. I don't like that. Good. Or we might have another player controller script, something like that. I'd rather have it in here actually. I'd rather have all my animations in the script and then just tell the script what to do, and the script decides which animation to play, basically. It's better. I'm gonna keep paying it, see what happens.
Let's fix that bug real quick and remove the now unused public clip variable. I can assign the reference to our one-off animation script.
Yeah, this is what I don't like. I'd rather have these clips in my animated script.
And a couple test animations in the editor.
Give me a sec. I'm gonna see what he said here. He said, play this clip basically, right? You could make this clip dependent, basically. And then you would have a bunch of methods in here. For example, a method to attack. And then you call just attack, and the attack calls play, clip, attack, basically. That's what you could do. Let me just test this real quick. Then I think that's how you should do it actually. Clip. This is clip here. I'm gonna rename this clip to tag animation tag down animation clip. Maybe just attack down. Maybe just attack down. I don't think there's any need to add the data type to the name. It makes it just convoluted. No, please, I don't need that. Okay. Basically attack down, right? And what you would then do is play and oh, give me a sec. We're back. All right, I'm back. My food arrived. right. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. We will add the animation clip here. This. And then we will paste it in here. So basically, you do it like this. Yeah, like that. And we'll create a new function, new method. Public void tag. Let me think. I'll do it like this for now, but I'm thinking maybe we should handle it from the outside though. No, you just do it like this, correct? And then what you say here is play back down. And then you add the tag in here. And this one will be try. And here I would need to handle the direction that the character is looking. And this is making me think maybe we should move it to the player controller instead. Because the animator script doesn't need to know where the player is facing. It should be told where he's facing. The calling function should say, hey, attack, basically attack down, left, right, stuff like that. And this thing should just handle it. And if you do it like that, then you probably don't even need this one. You can call it from the outside, basically. Which would mean I need to go into the script that plays the attack animation, or that handles attack, and call play animation clip, and then what you want to call it, basically. Okay. So we remove this one, move it to the player script, whichever that is. What we instead could do is make it not listen. Don't use these. Instead, add the reference to the script. Then the other script can call the script. If you do it that way, you can just paste the facing direction in here. You could say it like this. facing direction, and then you could say let's do a switch facing for the direction. Let me import this real quick, but this is also as this is also as because the script needs to know the facing direction. I don't like that. I think the way he did it might have been actually better way of doing this. It's more generic, you know. If you have new animations, you don't need to add new functions. You just play animation clip. So I'll remove all this. All we don't need this one here as well. Now we just need to find the script that is currently handling everything for the player. It might be this player script, I'm not sure. Let me check. Can I open like this? No, I have to click on here, right? Mm-hmm. Is this being called? Oh no. I don't like this. I mean, I know why we did it, but I don't think we need it anymore. Okay. Uh, uh, where did the... Oh, this one. Let me just make this here for a second. Could it be that this is without a value? Like this? Like it? Okay. And then you would need a a player animator. I called it that. Yeah, I did call. What do I call it? This has to be public again. And I need a player animation. Animation clip. Public animation clip. Tag down. And then you just paste in animation clip. Where is it? Yeah. That should be it. Now you just need to add the tag down animation here. What's it called? Like this? Why can't I find it? Oh, it's slash down, huh? Yeah. Okay. And it's working. Okay. Now I want to add another one. This one will be... Can you make... Could we make arrays, right? Couldn't that be possible? Like... Does this work? Nope. How do you make like a list? Unity, serialize field array. This. Why is it not? Okay. Something's happening. I don't know what's going on. This one's okay. This one is for some reason not loading any, not correctly. Probably just remove this for now, and then it should work again. Why isn't it like? Why is it off? Why is it on here? This is activated. I'm not in play mode, am I? I'm not in play mode. Does it think I'm in play mode? Something's happening. I don't know what. What's going on? Why is this off? You know what? When in doubt, don't. All right. Hey, something happened. I think Unity broke for some reason. I'm gonna restart Unity too. Sure. Let's see what happens. Uh-huh. No. Ah. For a second it loaded. It loaded and then it was like, never mind. Uh-huh. Okay. What's the issue? This one? Okay, for now. Dang it. For now. Can I not? What's happening? My keyboard switched to. Does this work if I do like this? We'll see what happens. Player. Nice. We have an attack down list now. And what I want to do is add a slash down and add the chop down, so it iterates between them when you press right click twice. Basically, that's the idea. I haven't added anything in here right now because I don't know supported type vector. Where's the unsupported type vector? Problem? Nothing in here. I'm gonna just clear this. I'm gonna play, see what happens. Still works. And basically, if I click right click multiple times, I want to play the other. That's the idea, at least. Does the script have anything with the facing direction? I don't think it does. Where's the change movement input here? Okay. We will need that facing direction so I know if I want to go attack down, attack up, you know. So we will add this here, I guess. Do some refactoring. Because right now we have lots of scripts with this player. See, there's like a control script, player script, interactor script, unit, live, player facing, use to, test inventory, a lot of things. And we can merge a lot of them together to one script that just uses scripts underneath. You know what I mean? You don't need to have that many multiple on the object. Alright. Let's follow the tutorial for now.
And running the game, I can see that pressing 1 will play Joyful Jump like before, and pressing 2 will play this shuffling animation. Our little stormtrooper sure does have the moves now.
Okay, I'm gonna do that too. But with the top animation instead. So I want to give him a list here instead of an animation clip. I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna change it, but add another function. Void play, and this one is a list of animation clips. I don't know if this makes any sense. Let me think real quick. I edit here, then this class needs to remember what animation clip was played last. In a way,
Llama
right?
underscore plushies underscore YT underscore Twitch says hi. What kind of game are you making?
Hey there, Llama plushies. It's like a farming simulator with tower defense. And I'm currently trying to refactor our animations, make it better with Unity playables. Just testing it out a little bit, see how it works. I can maybe show you real quick, like another scene that isn't fucked by me. Give me a sec. Hopefully this still works. If it doesn't, then yeah. Right now I can't show you anything, but if you give me like 5 minutes, I can check in these changes and then go back to a branch that worked. In a second, I'll remove this again. That should fix the old scene. Where is it? This one? Yeah, it works again. And then maybe it works now too. If not, I can switch the branch. Okay, yeah, it works. Basically you can plant stuff in here, like some seeds, like this. You can water them, and then oh, that did not work. I forgot which button. Ah, there it is. Was it E or F? Right click? Right click, okay. Right now, lots of the hotkeys are not set correctly because we're testing stuff out. We're currently 4 people working on this, so everyone has their own scenes, hotkeys, and everyone tries stuff out. And these should grow into plants after a while. And then they can protect your farm, basically. And we also have enemies in. I don't know why they're not spawning right now. Maybe because I broke something with my changes. And we have little bats that home in on your farm, and these plants shoot like bullets or pellets at the bats. And if the bats reach the plants, they attack the plants, and the bats also die. But they're not spawning here. So maybe if I go back to another branch, give me a sec. I might just commit this real quick. Would I edit here to player animator? Move that over there and here. Okay. Make generic animation reference.
Llama underscore plushies underscore YT underscore Twitch says this is amazing.
Thanks. And thank you for following. Okay. Push in the correct branch. Yes. Second. Still pushing. Okay. Let me just fetch the newest commit from our main branch. There you go. And I'm gonna just reload the scene just in case. I think that those were the ones. So right now, which is kind of confusing to me, you place the seeds with Q and you water them with right, like a little bit weird. Rather have the same button for interaction with the fields. And these should now grow. I think there was like a shortcut to make the time go faster. Okay, there it is. But there are no bats spawning, and that might be because the spawner is not set. Enemy quantity, let's go with 5. See if that works. I'll try and make the time go. Yep. You can like forward time by pressing space twice. This is like a debug thing. But that way I don't see them shooting. Kinda bad. Also, we had different enemies. I'm gonna go with 10. We have like firebirds that explode. Maybe they'll spawn now. Maybe I need to open another scene. Right now it's nighttime. I think if I remember correctly, they spawn at night. If I remember. There was one. And he destroyed one plant. Wah! Just one bad for now. I don't understand why. Bum, bum, bum. Wait a second. My playlist isn't playing. What's happening here? Yeah, now. Okay. All right. I'll check it out later again. I don't know why the beds are not spawning right now. Oh wait, there's another update. Maybe that's why. Update. In that rebase, you have unstained changes. No, I don't. It also says all fights are up to date, so maybe it works now? You see. Oh, yeah, now they spawn. Alright. Hey, we changed the beds. Mm-hmm. Okay, they're spawning again. Good to know how it works now. Alrighty. Let's switch back to my branch. Playable. Check out. Okay. Cannot resolve symbol. Why not? Didn't that work earlier? Didn't that? Give me a sec. Maybe I just need to reload the Unity project. New scope is now available in the package manager. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, now it works. Okay. It was just a Unity reload issue. Hmm. So we wanted to make like a method where I can switch between the animation clips. But it's more like a... How do I make it in here though? Problem is, I want to... Basically, right now I have one attack animation that gets played here. Right? I want to diversify the animations being played. Basically play animation 1, and if somebody presses the button again, play animation 2. Now the question is, where do I handle that logic? Do I handle it in the player animator, or do I handle it here in the player script? And this is kind of a complicated problem because I would need to know which animation was played last. So I need to either save it here or in the player animator. One of those. I'm kind of inclined to have it here. But then I need an integer or a count for every list of animation clips. Like, and then I might even do one class for that shit that handles it. Questions over questions. For now, let's do it like this. I don't really need to add that, right? I think. And then you can just say percent modulo operator basically. Attack down count. And then you could even do this in here, I think. Underscore. So basically, increment the current animation index by 1, modulo operator it by the count, and then load that as the index over here. That's what this whole thing does. The only thing I don't like about this is you have to have this current animation index up here for every list of animation clips, basically. And that's what I meant by might as well create a new class for this that handles it for me. It kind of masks it, you know? I'm gonna do it like this for now. Also, another thing. I need to save it before I do that, because if I keep counting that to infinity, where is it? If I do this, at some point I'm gonna reach the integer limit. So it's better to, where is it? Make this a short. And to save the value. Basically, do it like this. Copy that, equals this. That way I make sure I don't reach the limit. What's the problem here? This is a int, isn't it? Okay. Never mind, we need to use int. It's okay, it's just double the what do you call it? Double the space that needs to be allocated. And then you put this in here. And if I now load it, if I edit the animation clip here, not player facing, this one. So I need flash down, and I need chop down, those two, and then we go. Okay, now it's not working anymore. There's an issue here. I am confusion. It should work, right? Why is it not working? Why can I not right click anymore? Not set to reference. Did something get removed? Like, for example, from here. Wasn't this on here? Player, animator. I think this needs to be on there so it works. Nope, that's not it. Boop, boop, boop. What did I break? What did I break? Hit component children. And then you just call player play current animation index. If this has count 2, then you do that, right? Module operator, that's it. So if this is, for example, on 3, or let's say this is on, oh, it starts with 0, right? Should this be -1? Is that the issue? Let me see. No. Let me check if this is the issue at all. By just pasting 0 in here for now. Looks like it, yeah. And if I paste in 1 there, maybe my method is a little bit too sophisticated, I guess. Yep, that works too. Okay. So something's not working here. Why is it not working? I'm saying this one is by -1 plus, and it's 0. What's the count? I kind of want to see what happens here. How do I set the from there? Layer. Change this one. Wait a second. Huh? Didn't I just change that? I'm confused. Okay. I'm gonna just load it like this for now. See what happens. Doesn't work. Then maybe like this. See what happens. Put it on Unity so we can debug it. What's happening? Something's not working. I'm gonna cancel it. Let me retry that. Attached. I press play again. Unhandled exception. Yeah, I know, because it hasn't been loaded yet. Let me just stop it there. I'll add a check for it. If clip, can I do it like that? Does that work? Doesn't look like it. And let's do it like this. Ah. Unreachable. Why not? How do you do that then? If you cannot do animation clip. Hmm. I'm so confused. Why can I not use null here? Can you do is null? Is null, okay. Sure. And let's do it that way. That should work. Right? Aha. -2. How are we at -2? How can I be at -2? I'm gonna do this. See what happens. I'm gonna not attach it now. Index was out of range. No negative. Is it negative? How? Like it starts at 0 plus plus divided by 2 minus divided by 1. 2, 1 is 0. Right? This should work, shouldn't it? What you can also do is do it like this and then let me just try it real quick. It'd be negative. What am I missing? Am I attach it again? How is it negative? Let me stop this. Attach it again. -2 for some reason. Is it because of the... that might be it. I don't think it is, but that might be it. I'm gonna just reload it real quick. Save. Switch real quick. Do like this. Yep. Oh my god, that was it. But it's still... okay, not working. Then we'll remove the -1. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay, let's for the tutorial.
So one thing I haven't brought up yet is you have to actually manually dispose of this stuff, or else you can run into memory leak issues. I know we're all used to C#'s garbage collector, or Unity handling the lifecycle of game objects for us, but with these playables, we need to make sure to manually clean them up ourselves. You might have noticed by now that the graph we created is still viewable in the visualizer even when the game isn't running. We can clean that up in an onDestroy method. You might be surprised that we need to check if the graph is valid instead of checking if it's null, but this is because playables are structs, which means they're value types and they cannot be null. Or that the graph isn't running. We can clean that up in an
Okay. Be right back. All right, I'm back. So now that we have the animations we wanted to play, I wanted to check what he's saying here.
onDestroy method. You might be surprised that we need to check if the graph is valid instead of checking if it's null, but
Okay. We need to add an on this over here, I guess. On validate. On destroy. And then check if the graph is valid. If it is, destroy it. Right?
this is because playables are structs, which means they're value types, and they cannot be null. Think of basic value types like ints or floats. They're never null if they're not set, just defaulted to 0. That's why there's this handy isValid method, so we can check that to see if they need to be disposed. Now when we go back to Unity, run the game, and then stop it again, our player graph no longer shows up in the Playable Graph Visualizer dropdown. You might have also noticed by now that every time I throw a grenade, 2 grenades come out. That's because the throw grenade animation has an animation event on it for when the grenade should be spawned. And we're missing a step when setting up our graph. Even though we're targeting the animator with our playable graph's output, and passing the runtime animation controller onto the animator controller playable, the animator is still also running the animator controller.
I see.
We can verify this is happening because both graphs are visible in the visualizer's dropdown. We can clean up this issue easily by nulling out the animator's runtime animation controller after we pass it on to the
I see. Let me check something real quick. We are getting the animator here, right? Am I blind? I think I'm blind. Here. I don't think we're getting it. We're actually just... It's being set on top through the editor, right? That should be... Yeah. Was that in the wrong script? No, I mean, yeah. It's private. I am confusion. Is it on validate? Oh, yeah, it's here. Okay. That's what happens. Okay, and he's saying to deactivate the by going to start an animator. Okay. Or we can do that. Why does he do it? For play. So basically, yeah. Animator, runtime animator controller, and set that one to null. Make sure it isn't being played. See that? Because now I shouldn't, yeah, no animations. Okay. Now, I see. Now it's all written with the playables animator. Okay, cool. I really like this. Look. The only thing that's missing is making the sword visible, because right now he doesn't hold anything in his hand. Bap, bap, bap. Okay. All right. Continue tutorial.
the animator controller playable. Back in Unity, we can now see that only the graph we set up from code is visible in the dropdown.
Okay, I didn't check that. Give me a sec. It's gone. Window, where was it? Analysis? Analysis, playback graph monitor. I'm gonna put it down there so I can look at it while I play. This. Right now we have 3 in here, and if I... It's 3 of them. If I press play. How many is it now? Still 3, okay. I mean, if I remove the code line, this one, then it should be 4 of them, right? If what he's saying is true. Oh yeah. Okay, makes sense. I see. Okay. I'll make it different either way. I don't want to have a player animator and a playable script, basically. I kind of want to have one script. And the animator that we have right now is created by hand either way. Here. I created this by hand. So if we use the script instead, I'd rather have a script where I tell it to do this thing again. You know, and then I can remove the player animator here. Then I'm just questioning how you do a playable script when it doesn't have an animator. Do you create your own on load up or something? Like maybe in the start method you just create a new animator? Stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like this, where is it? Playable graph, animation playable output. This one needs an animator. Or is there maybe one, maybe there is a method where you don't need an animator? It looks like you need a target, even though if it's empty, if you just put in a blank animator, maybe it would still work. Maybe. I don't know. But we'll find out. Let's just keep.
However, now
doing
this
the
brings in
tutorial
a
for now.
new issue where all of our animator.play and animator.crossfade calls in our character controller no longer work. In fact, we can see an error in the console saying animator does not have an animator controller. Fortunately, this is an easy fix.
Wait, do I have that too? Let me put it back in. Oh, it is activated, okay. I don't have it in here. I don't know what he's talking about. Why is it not on my...
We just no longer work animate in the drop Unity. We can now see that only the graph we set up from code is visible in the dropdown. However, now this brings in a new issue where all of our animator.play and animator.crossfade calls in our character controller no longer work. In fact, we can see an error in the console saying animator does not have an animator controller. Fortunately, this is an easy fix. We just need to bring the animator controller playable out into a public variable and then update the method calls in our character controller to reference the animator controller playable instead of the animator. And then does no longer work. Animator in the drop Unity. We can now, after we pass that only the graph we set up from code is visible in the dropdown. However, now this brings in a new...
Wait a sec. This one. I don't have the issue that he's having with the controller. Right? If I just use it, you know, there is no such issue. Yeah.
Issue where all of our animator.play and animator.crossfade calls in our character controller no longer work. In fact, we can see an error in the console saying animator does not have an animator controller. Fortunately, this is an easy fix. We just need to bring the animator controller playable out into a public variable and then update the method calls in our character controller to reference the animator controller playable instead of the animator.
I'm not doing that because I don't have any issues. I'll just ignore that for now.
Now our stormtrooper is back in business. Before I forget, let's make sure to destroy the animation clip playable in our play method, just in case we trigger a clip while one's currently playing, since it'll never get disposed of properly in that case.
I don't know about this. Why? I mean, sure you can do it, but isn't that kind of weird? I think that's weird. I'm gonna edit, but I think it's weird. He does that before. So if underscore clip. No. If clip is invalid, right? Get away, right? If clip is valid. Isn't that, wait a second, valid? That's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. So basically he's saying, if the clip hasn't been destroyed yet, destroy it. I just don't understand why. Maybe it's just for space issues, allocation issues. So it doesn't, so the RAM, so we don't have any memory leaks basically.
And now it's time to address the elephant in the room, animation curves. Any curves on an animation clip playing through the animation clip playable do not update the animator's properties like they would if they are running inside of an animation state. I use animation curves for lots of things in this project, like limit movement curve to slow down movement during parts of an animation, or disable left hand IK so the left hand can release the blaster to throw a grenade. This is a problem because the limit rotation curve to stop the player from facing the movement direction isn't being read in during the joyful jump, which is why you've probably noticed a stormtrooper spinning around sometimes while that animation is playing. While the fix for this isn't quite as easy as the one for animation events, I'm sure you're just as excited as I was to figure this mystery out. The first step is we need to use a new type of playable, an animation script playable. We just need to slide one right in between our animation playable output and the animation mixer. And then in the script, read out the properties and send them back to the C# side. This part of the code might be a little confusing if you haven't played around with Unity's job system before. Jobs are just performant ways to take advantage of multi-threaded computers and run little scripts on other threads instead of blocking the main gameplay thread. We start by creating a struct called readCurveJob that implements iAnimationJob.
I mean, I can add these, but
this job needs a native array of type property stream handle called curves and a native array of floats called values. If you've never used a native array before, it's a way to share a reference between code executing on the main thread and code running in the job system. Inside process animation, let's loop through the curves and update the values array with the curve's float value from the animation stream. And we're 100% done with the jobs code now, so if this was your first steps with the system, I hope it wasn't too bad. Now let's scroll back to the top and create a new animation script playable. In the start method, we're just going to call create, passing in the graph, a new readCurveJob, and set it to have one input. Now connect the mixer and change the animation playable output source to the script playable. Next up, let's create a list of strings called exposed curves, which is where we'll be able to define which animation curves we want the job to grab for us. Then, let's create the native arrays for curves and values. Let's pass them into the readCurveJob while we're making it. Now we can just create values by creating a new native array of floats, passing in the exposed curve's length and allocator.persistent. Same thing for when creating curves. Now let's loop through exposed curves and create the property stream handle for each of them by calling animator.bindStreamProperty, passing in the animator's avatar root, type of animator, and the string name of which property we're binding to, which in this case is just the value of the exposed curve array. Just to visualize these values quickly, in the update method, we can loop through exposed curves and log out the values with my debug text logger. This is a simple script I made, which handles logging out to a TextMesh Pro text for me. I have it sitting on a TMP text I already have set up in the UI. Anyways, back on the player object, let's add a couple parameters to the exposed curves. Let's start with now, when being run from the player stretch now. Animator to Unity, we can see now that the joyful jump correctly stops letting the player rotate during the animation. C# is managed code, which means it's code managed by the Common Language Runtime, and that has nice features like the garbage collector that cleans up memory automatically for us. These native arrays are actually pointers to the unmanaged C++ side of the engine, which is why we have to manually clean them up ourselves. I'm going to copy paste the clip cleanup code from play over to onDestroy just to make sure there's no issues if we stop cleanup code from play over to onDestroy just to make sure there's no issues if we stop the game midway through an animation clip playable playing a clip. Then let's call dispose on both curves and values. And there we have it. A nice little way to play a one-off animation clip while still making use of both animation events and animation curves. I know I poked fun at Kybernetic earlier in this video, but I really want to thank him for answering so many questions on the Playables API over on the Unity forums. Almost every time I was searching for answers to some obscure question I had with the system, he popped up in the thread with an answer. I also learned a lot by reading through the source code for his Animancer plugin, which I've actually owned for years now despite never using in a project, and that's because I have an asset store addiction that I should probably see someone about. I also want to give an extra big thank you to Solarian Z over on the Unity forums for answering so many questions I had while writing this script. This video would not have been possible without him. He also wrote a playable graph visualizer that supports panning and zooming and gives a nice little mini map of your graph. It's free on GitHub, but there's also a paid version on the asset store in case you want to help support him. On a personal note, I always joke around that I started this channel to make videos on topics that either don't have a lot of information out there on them or are interesting for about 3 other people on the planet. I've been absolutely overwhelmed with the amount of support that my channel has received so far. 300 subscribers is about 297 more than I expected this channel to get, so whether it's your first time here or you're already subscribed, thanks so much for watching. And once again, I'm Eric Freeman.
Enduring
and this has been
Wildcat
Game
says best
Development
viewers
Beyond the Basics.
onstreambo.com. Remove the space at 0grays9rfxt.
All right. All right. Now we finished that. Let me think real quick what we can do. The question is if we can create a whole. Let me see. I need to find out if you can. Unity playables blank animator. Does that work? Label graph create. Did I use that? You forgot. Yes. And then set time update. Director update. Game time, whatever that is. Set time, we don't do that. We created a. And we used the get component animator. Which means there has to be an animator. So that it works. But I'm pretty sure you can just create a empty animator and use that instead. Let me just try. We'll go in here and let's create a new one here. Let's see if that works. Basically I would need a new animator. No, that's wrong. Great. Animation controller. Blank animator. Yeah, whatever. Let's call it black. Doesn't really matter. And then I think I can remove. Let me just test this real quick. Oh no, it doesn't work anymore. So the model that has the animator needs to have the script here. And then it works. Okay, and now let's just test this real quick. This works too. Right? Okay, I get it. And now we would need to create the whole animation tree from scratch, basically. Do I want to do that? I kinda. I'm gonna go back to the play animator. And let me just see. Okay. Go here, update. Yes, let's do it like that for now. Let me see. Okay. All right. Let me think. I want to create a new script basically. I want one that overrides the old player animator that I have. It could be a little bit tricky, but I think we can do it. Okay, questions, how do we start? First of all, let me just push what I did here for now. Right, we have a player animator stuff. I don't know if this is necessary. I'd rather move this. It's a little bit annoying. Wait a second, there is an is null. That's kind of weird. There is an is null for that. Let me just do this. See if the error still arises. Because I want to keep using the correct methods. No? Okay, yeah, I think that's okay. So instead we use is valid. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, that's just the blank. I don't want to push that one right now. So that's how you remove the old one, right? And I want to create a new animator. Could probably just create a new one here and use that. Does it work? Do I even need, wait a second. Maybe that's the way to go. C# Unity create animator on start.
There was a lot of interest in last week's constructor. So instead of passing these individual things into the constructor, let's pass in our two configuration objects. Now we can just go and clean up the animation system constructor. Not much to do here. Let's just fix up the signature. I'll just replace it quickly here. And then everywhere that we were referencing the animator or the idle clip or the walk clip, we just have to prefix that with the correct configuration object. Okay, that should make the whole system a little bit easier to work with. If we jump back over to Unity now, you'll see these two objects are exposed to the editor. I've already filled them in with the values I want. And let's just test it out. We just want to make sure that nothing's broken. So all we really changed was where the references are stored for the different things related to locomotion. So I'm just going to walk around the scene, make sure it looks right. Looks exactly the same as before. Let's keep going. So now we're going to get into the interesting stuff. We're going to make a footstep playable behavior audio clips. Just use a normal, just a moment. A method on it called resolve. And we can pass in this resolver that we're using for this graph, and we can get back the resolved audio source. And that's what we can use within this playable behavior to actually play some sounds. Now that we have an understanding of what, let's refactor all of the animation setup out into its own method. I'm just going to call it setup animations. And that's it. That'll clean up our constructor quite a lot and separate that logic out into its own thing. Let's write our audio setup and we'll do the same with that. First of all, up with our member variables, let's define a new member here. It's going to be a script playable that wraps up our footstep playable behavior. Now, any playable behavior that you create has to be wrapped in a script playable, and then the script playable is something you can put onto the graph. So let's come back down into the constructor now and write a little bit more code for setting this up. Now, I've decided that I'm going to send this out to a script playable output. So I'm going to create a new one of those. It needs to know about the playable graph and it needs to have some kind of sensible name. Next, let's actually create the footstep playable. Again, this is very similar to what we did last week with the animations. Just use the static create method and put it into a variable. Now, what's different about script playables is that we can actually get that footstep playable behavior using the get behavior method. And then we can start manipulating it here in the setup. Now, the footstep sounds is straightforward because that's just an asset in our project. We can just assign the reference. But for the audio source, we have to do something a little bit different. We're going to say that it's a new exposed reference. Looks pretty good. Now we've got our playable behavior living on the. There was a
just go back
to
quick. I just wanted to know if the animator
graph to create a small animation system that can handle locomotion. Today is related up into here. Right now, for any audio config we want to set up in our animation system. So source that past that have these references exposed to Unity. Where I previously had these animation clips as public fields, let's instead have public references to these two config objects. I'm also going to require a component of type audio source on this player class. And then rather than managing these things manually, let's have an onValidate method. If the animator is null in its config, let's get component for that. If the audio source is null in the audio config, let's get component for that too.
Okay. So he too gets the animator, but he doesn't override it. He just. I'm confusing. Should we? I need to think. Animator. I guess you don't actually.
Welcome back to another
Wait, isn't this the
normalized time
video?
divided by 0.1.
Double animation curves?
Else,
Yes,
if
that's the video I watched.
Today I want to take a look at one of
This
these.
is the same guy I just watched.
I'm going to show assets like these, not made for gameplay, and then animator control. Click our controller and head on over to the cells is what animation do we want our character to default to? Typically, this is animator. Already outlined the long way around, your game object will destroy first.
Create component animator play. There is no create animator. I think. C# Unity create blank animator. Let me just see that. There's something here.
Spanner animation where we'll give it a name second mark and we'll delete that last keyframe. As you can see here, all the animation clips we've just created are in our controller ready by setting the booleans for the property, transform, rotation.
Huh? Guess I can. I mean, I can try it, but remove old animator. Animator controller. Yeah. All right. Anything else? Nope. Nope. Okay, I'll leave the blank ones out and let me just see what we added here real quick. Yep. Add second attack animation. What else? We also clean up, remove, fix memory leak. What else? Remove original animator. Okay. I kind of now want to create a mixer structure for movement up and down. That would be the first one, right? If I take a look in the animator, here. this one, right? I need a mixer for this that takes in movement X and movement Y and decides the direction on those inputs, basically. That's the idea, right? I need to add inputs for this shit. Otherwise, I won't be able to do it. Basically, everything that is in D3, we need to add in the playable script. Right? What we also could do is let it handle through the facing direction script, right? Move everything. Yeah, I could do that too. Let me check something real quick. Could we add a play? Could we add a queue? Do I want the attack to be instant? They wanted to cancel the. No, right? I always want to let the animation play out. Let me check if we can make that happen by play animator. I guess I would start a coroutine. Basically, I would do it like this. Bool force play, and it should be on false on default, and you would then have a private void play next base animation clip that does this. Right? If this is true, if force play, then you instantly call play next clip, basically. Right? And else we start a coroutine. We don't need an else here, basically, because this, right? I think else would be good, because if this finishes, I think we can do it differently. I also need an example for start coroutine. Give me a sec. Coroutine. No. How do I search through all files? Nope. Find. Yeah, but that's only in the files. Up here? Confusion. Did I write it wrong? I wrote it wrong. With this? Yeah. So this needs to be an enumerator. Okay. Null. Is there another example for that coroutine? Here's another one. Start coroutine, stop dodging. Delete, return, new wait seconds. It's kind of like this, yeah. I'll copy this into play animation. I think it's this one. Is dodging is wrong. This would be play next. Stop dodging is wrong. This should be what do you call this? Maybe we need like a play now and play next method, and the play next method calls play now. Basically what I want to do is if else start coroutine. I'm gonna call this stop dodging for now, but we'll replace that. Right, and stop dodging we will call play next. And I kinda want to give, I want to give him the clip. Animation clip. Right? Yeah, I get it. This one should be play now. And basically what you then do is and now you just need to know how long the current clip is running. Right? So I will do it this way. Wait for seconds, clip, get duration. Oh. Did get time minus. Is it get time or maybe it's like this? Minus underscore clip get time. What does this do? This is double. Get time, both of them are double. And the wait for seconds is in float. So I need to cast the result to float.
Bored piece of shit, says why stream.
Why not? Hey there. Mostly, I guess, to force myself to stream a program. Also, it's fun. Also, you get to get input from other people, you know, learn stuff. I think that should work, right? Let's see. Okay, nope, I broke something. Let's
Bored
see,
piece
there
of
it
shit
goes.
says, does having someone help you outweigh people stealing your ideas?
Oh, I don't know, but I don't think even if people would steal this, I don't think they would get very far. I'm basically at the beginning, you know? And I think even later on, when you're almost finished with your game, then people couldn't steal anything because it's too big. You know, I don't think that actually happens. Maybe it does. Maybe I'm too optimistic, but if I was a person that would steal ideas from other people, I think I would just give up. Because either it's too early that they don't know if it would be
Bored piece of shit says, I've
a
seen
good
3
game.
people get beat to market in the past 3 months from people taking their ideas from
Really?
Twitch.
Holy shit. How fast were the Steelers programming with it? It's like, I mean, if it's like lots of bots, maybe I could see a company with like 100
Bored
people
piece of shit
see
says, fast enough.
fast enough. I see, yeah. I mean, I would just keep trying, I guess. If it would be stolen, then I would just come up with the next project, I think. But like I said, maybe I'm too optimistic. maybe it needs to happen to me so I figure it out.
Bored piece of shit says, and if the next project gets stolen?
Yeah, like I said, maybe I'm too optimistic for this. Maybe my project needs to be stolen for me to think or reconsider streaming, you know? But until then, I'm a
Bored piece of shit says, I've literally seen it happen to me.
Oh, well, that's my condolences. I hope you didn't lose too much like time on it. How much hours did you put into it? And which game was it? Like, what game was published that?
Bored piece of shit says, greater than 1,000.
Oh, that's shit. Can you tell me the game that was stolen? Also, basically, that was published under a different name.
Bored piece of shit says, if I were to tell you what I'm working on, I would have learned nothing.
No. Don't tell me what you're working on right now. Tell me the game that was stolen before. If you can. You don't need to. I'm just saying. I'm just interested in...
Bored
if I know
piece
the
of
game or
shit
not.
says, that's what I mean.
Okay. Then don't tell me. Fine by me. But, so I guess you were also streaming? Did I understand that correctly?
Bored piece of shit says, I would have learned nothing. Tell nobody anything. That's the way to get by.
That's a little bit grim, but I get it. If that happened to you, I completely understand why you would think that way. I could see that happening to me as well, you know. Like I said, it didn't happen to me yet, so it might happen, and then maybe I'll think differently about it. But right now, like I said, this is very early on.
Bored piece of shit says,
I
what's
can't
more grim,
see-
being willfully ignorant and losing your passion project, or accepting reality for what it is? Bored piece of shit says, your call.
Like I said, I don't think it's gonna happen. At least not at this moment in time. The project is way too early, and I don't see any reason to copy it or steal it. It's not a
Bored piece of shit
revolutionized
says, if you
idea.
don't think it's going to happen, then is what you're working on good at all?
Oh, that's a good question. I think yes, because it might happen.
Bored piece of shit says, if it's not worth being stolen, is it worth anything at all?
Right now, it isn't worth being stolen, but it might be in the future, you know. And then I might be worrying about it, you know. But right now, it's an early stage. I don't think anyone would bother. Even if they would, it's basically not really a game right now, not worth copying or stealing. At least in my opinion. That might change in the future though. Let me try and figure out what is going
Bored
on
piece of
here.
shit says, dude, 90% of the people you cross on the street would sell you for a chocolate bar.
That might be true, actually. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying until it happens to me, I will probably not learn from it. And like I said, I don't think it's worth stealing right now. Even if they would, I wouldn't mind too much about it because it's so early. I could still change everything up and just keep working on it, you know? Not that much of hours lost. You know? Also, I have other ideas that I could work on, so it's fine. Now, let me think. I have a function somewhere that I used to call, and that one needs to be up. Play next. Why is this?
Bored
Because
piece of
it
shit
was
says,
made
this is
for
why
it.
I don't help people. They don't want help until they realize they did. Then they curse the people regardless.
I don't
Bored
think
piece of
it's-
shit says GL.
Thank you. But I don't think it's that. There are different kinds of people out there, you know? I'm personally a person that needs to learn it the hard way. Usually, if people tell me or give me advice, I listen to them, I take it into account, but I still do what I think is right, you know? And until I do the error that they're talking about, I won't learn why they told me about it, you know? It's just, I guess I'm stubborn or stupid in that way. I need to do the errors myself for it to have any effect on my rethinking, I'd say like that. But there are other people out there that always take what you tell them to heart and then try to change their viewpoint and think about it early on. I'm just not that kind of person, you know? That's all. But good luck to you as well. It was nice talking to you. Alrighty, I think play now was correct on this part. Play next will play now later. Wait for seconds. I think this is also correct, but not sure. Let me see if it works now. I'll skip this one. Okay, this is not working. I broke something. Broke it. I'm gonna just do it like this for now. And see what might be broken. I don't want to press play, good thing. And now it works again. Play now. Force play. If force play is true, play now. Else start coroutine. The coroutine isn't working for some reason. If I go back in here and set this to true, it should work. Right? Then it is the coroutine for some reason. The coroutine is fucked. Yeah, coroutine is fucked. Okay. Let me see. Coroutine. Play. Also, let me switch that back up to false. That back in. The play next. Hit return. For some reason, this isn't working. Okay, I know what. We need to do it like this, I think. We need to, if underscore clip is valid, then you check, and otherwise you just instantly play the clip. I think that's how you do it. You see? Yeah. Nice. Now it always, waits. But okay, there's a new bug because of that. The order that the animations play in gets overwritten. So that means the counter is being updated even though the animation is not being played. This thing here. How do I do that? That's kind of hard. This is annoying. So my problem right now is the following. I have a play function that can either override the current animation. I'm gonna write this: override current animation. Right? If it's true, it plays it instantly, basically. If it's false, it will wait till the duration of the first animation is over and then play the second one. Kind of want to see something very quick. Yeah. I clicked faster than it was played. And it plays it afterwards, which is good. There's like a queue. Maybe we need a queue, but that's kind of ass too. Kind of hard. I don't want to have a queue in there. If I put a queue in there, it will be longer and longer and longer. I don't want that. What else? If I move, the issue is if I spam it, the second animation will be skipped with another animation of the first one. Right? And the issue is that the player holds the information which animation is being played. And the player animator holds the information when to play it. Basically. I think it would be better if we move this. I want to move this logic into the other method. I also want to add a class now that has the list and the current pointer, basically. Yeah, I'm gonna create a new class for that. I think that's the right way to go. I don't want the images here. I want the animation. I want the animations. And no, wait, I want the scripts, animations. I will add a new class in a sec. I'll go through the Unity animation scripts new. Basically what I want is a animation list. Something like that. Is there a animation playlist? I think that's what I want. I want an animation playlist. And the animation playlist has a list of animation clips. I might even do, I think it's better this way, animation clips. And it has an int current, what do I call it in the other script? Yeah, current animation index. Current animation index, sure. Select score. All right. This one should be public. How do you set it? Let me think. Do I want to set it through? I don't want this to be a mono behavior, first of all. This is not supposed to be a mono behavior. This is supposed to be a normal class. That means it doesn't need any start or update methods. And it should have a constructor, basically. Public animation, playlist. And it should get a list of animation clips like this. And I don't think you need 0 there. And then you just set it like this. Okay? That's how it should work, I think. Animation. I also want to return. Do I want to return these? No, I don't. I want a method that returns it for me. Public animation clip get next animation clip. And it returns, it basically does what the method here did. Where is it? Like this. Yeah. Copy that over in here. This one will be this. Oh, wait, no. This one will not happen. Instead, we will... I can't return it there. We need to increment it first. Right? Increment it first. I'm gonna write this out instead. Like this. And instead of playing it, you would return it. Like this. And I think I don't really need a list. I can just use an array instead. I think that would be better. As I'm already using indexes, you know. Might as well. But then I would need a list here. I don't know. Is array better? I think it is a little. It's fine. Let's do it like this. Easier that way. Lists are easier to handle than arrays. What's if this? Namespace does not. Yeah, that's okay. All right. I could also move the ++ thing. I'm thinking. I think it's okay like this. Doesn't really matter. Except if I want to. No, even then it doesn't really matter. I think this is okay. Animation playlist. Get next. Get next should be easy enough, I think. Oh, get current? No, get next. Give me, let me just add it in here in case. And I can see what I need, you know. Get current. And that one, yeah. What was that? Turn. Let's go animation clips. Yep. Or is it skip? Skip? I don't really need skip. It would be more like next, right? No. Next, and this would be avoid. And next just does this. It's kind of stupid to do it this way, but I guess. And then you can do this, but then you would need to call to functions basically. So I don't like it. I think the way it was before is better. Right? Alrighty. And I'm gonna remove this. And increment modulo. That should return it. Yes. And then let me think. This is how you create it, right? Kind of want to make this serializable public. Doing this wrong, like this. You know? And how do you make this Unity? Need to look this up real quick. Unity make class serializable. Does that work? Jesus. iNetwork serializable. Again, what learned? And now we go into. We will do it like this instead. We remove this and this, right? And then you just give him, instead of the attack down, you give him the this one. You don't need this. You need a animation playlist. Animation playlist. Take that. Right? And then you do it like this. And you go in here and you create a new method. Public void play. Animation playlist. Playlist. Which does a similar thing. So what you would do then is say play. Nope. You call play. And you get the playlist, get next. And do you wanna, no, I don't wanna override it. This calls this. And this one either calls play now or play next. And I think this is it, right? Let's see. Let me just see if that works now. Nothing works. Oh yeah. Give me a second. I need to move the animations back in, I think. Animation clips 0. There it is. You need slash down, and you need, what's the other one? Not slash, chop suey, chop down. Okay. Okay. Not doing what I expected it to. Okay, it doesn't know the state I'm currently in for some reason. Count. And the animation clips are being set. Oh, I didn't want to close that, but okay, I'll open it up again if I need to. I need the play animator and I need the player. Where is it? There, I'm blind. Okay. I don't need the player facing, I don't need the fadeable, I don't need the controls, I don't need any of these. Okay. I'm gonna skip this down. No. No. Sure. Okay. Let's think real quick. This is calling the play attack down playlist basically, right? Take a look in here again. We have two different ones in here. That's good. Okay, let me think real quick. The play now. Play next. Animation clip. Play now. Play next. Get next. And the get next should increment, right? It should, technically. Why is it not? Right click once, right click another. It's for some reason forgetting index. Is it because of this? I think I know what we can do. We can save this. Play animation index like this. In that way it gets incremented, right? And yeah, I think that's how you do it. It did not change anything. Why didn't it change anything? Okay, let me just set a breakpoint. Zero, zero. Then it goes to the next one, right? Then it should be 0 plus plus is 1 divided by 2 should be 1. Bah! Oh, wait, what? Oh, the modular operator is fucking me again. Let me think. If you do it like this, it should work. Kinda stupid, but it just means increment it before you modular operator it. That's what it means. You know? Ah, man. It still doesn't work. Never mind, it wasn't that. It was not that. Let me see. Ew. Attach. Is it attached? No, it's attached. Okay. 0. What's the hotkey for this? F10. Okay. 0. This is still 0. How though? This should be 1 divided by 2 should be 1. Right? This should be 1. And this keeps staying 0, then it's not getting incremented. Maybe we'll do it like this. Maybe that's easier. Maybe it's easier if we do it like this and then underscore current animation index plus plus. I'm gonna just test it like this for now. Why do you... Oh, the underscore is not necessary. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Okay. Hey. Okay. Yeah. Okay, this is stupid. This is still not what I want. Basically, it doesn't skip it anymore, but it skips it afterwards sometimes. Look. It depends when I click, basically. If I hit the right duration, it skips it. Why? It shouldn't increment if it's not being called, basically. Which means the player animator, this one, it shouldn't call the get next, I think. The get next should be called in here and play. It should check. And then call it in here, maybe? I'm thinking. Basically, if I keep spamming it, right? Like this. I still want it to play the other animation every time. Every time. That's what I'm trying to fix right now. I kind of, maybe I need a like an intern playlist, something like that, like a queue, but a queue of only 2. Basically, the way it should work is the play animator. It doesn't. That's the problem. It forgets it, right? Okay, I think I know what to do. I will do it the same way it's done here, I think. I could also just create internally, I could just create an animation playlist, just copy it over. Okay. And let me just make it work for now, and then we'll see what we'll do. Like this, right? And then you would have play now playlist. Yeah, I'll just copy these for now. And then we will internally make it so that it's always using playlist, I think. Oh, I think I know what's happening. I think I know what's happening. Okay, I'm gonna go to the toilet. Be right back. And I'm back. All right. Let me see how much time has passed. 3 hours. Okay, I want to fix this and then we can try it. Mhm. Okay, so basically, current clip iteration. That makes sense. And then we only need the plane now. And then we will change it so that if we add the animation clip, we will make a playlist out of it and then use that. That's the idea, at least. Animation playlist. And then you would do it like this. Animation clip equals playlist. Get next. And then everything else as before. That might work, I'm not sure. See what happens. Nope. I mean, sometimes. What? For some reason it's playing twice now. Something wrong, didn't I? It's also how you do it, by the way. Just this is gonna be interesting. Animation. So what's happening? What's happening? Calling the play.
Answer says, how are the playables coming along?
Oh, they're coming along. I'm trying to fix a syncing issue because I'm trying to make both attack animations play like this. And sometimes it plays both of them, you know, like slash chop. And I try to make it so it doesn't override it, because if I right click fast, it overrides it so that it's always the slash animation. And now, because of my change, I have a new bug. And I right click once, it plays 2 animations now. For some reason. I'm trying to figure out what happened. Like, what did I change? So this is being called. So it should call the start coroutine. Wait a second. Why is there played? What is this doing? Wait a sec, that's the reason. Why is that down there? That's the issue. Why was that in there? Okay, well, wait. Click once. Okay. Clicking twice. Clicking thrice. Clicking fourth. Okay, now it just keeps spamming the slash. Why? Why is it? I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Why is it so complicated?
Answers says banger song.
Like it? I love almost every song of Sean James. My favorite one is Flow. I'm gonna put it in the queue. Did I excellently? Oh yeah. Right.
Answers says I love a lot of that dude's songs.
Yeah, he has great. I don't know how to say this. Like vibe in general, style. I love it. All right, let me think. I'm still not figuring out why the fuck it plays the wrong clip. Why does it keep playing the wrong clip? I have this playlist here. It calls get next. It gets the current index. It should be in the beginning 0. It upgrades it to 1. It divides it by the count in case I go over the limit. And then I set the animation clip to the first one, which should be 0. So the first animation that should be played is 0. After it's being played, it should be 1. Right? Then the next time this gets called, it saves 1 in here. It upgrades it by 1, so it's 2. Then it divides it by 2, which is 0. And then it sets the current animation index to 0. And then it plays the previous animation index, which was 1. So there shouldn't be any reason frequently called. Get next. I'll move this down. This is my favorite song of his. This resets it that it starts at 0. This sets the length. And anything else is not necessary for now. Just this should get the first clip, then the second one. And it's only being called in here. Why? Why is that? It's calling this, it's setting it. Maybe I should divide the two. Make a method that calls get current animation and another method that increments it. And that way it might be handled better, but I'm not sure. Because I feel like maybe I'm clicking that fast that it increments the animation even though it's not playing the next one, you know what I mean? Know what I mean? basically it should only increment the animation if the animation is being played now. And that is in this very moment. Only then incremented. It's being called here, then it increments it. But it's not being set here. Where does he set it? Here. After this. So maybe get current, put it in here, and at the end I'm gonna call increment. Let's try that. I'm gonna try and divide it and see what happens. I'm gonna create a method get current. You don't need this. You don't need any of this. You just call current animation index. Oop, I misclicked. And get next. And instead of calling get next, you would just say next. And that one would then do this. That's all it does. I mistyped there. Right? I think that's, and then I just need to call it, of course. So instead of saying get next, I would say get current. And at the end, I would say playlist next. Let's see if that works. I don't know. I could also add like a queue, like a animation queue style. But it's, I don't know. I don't really like that. One, two, three. I mean, sometimes he steps twice. Or slashes thrice, force. I don't really get it. Why is it happening?
Answer says, is it random?
No, it's not. It's supposed to always be slash chop, slash chop, slash chop, slash chop, slash chop. You know? It looks like it's random, but it's not. It's, I think, because I click too fast. If I click faster, then you can play the animation. It loads the wrong animation. I think. Because if I do it slow, it always is chop, slash, chop, slash, chop, slash, you know? Yeah, and once I speed it up, you know?
Answer says maybe when you click during stab, slash is counted but not played. So when you click a third time, it's stab again.
Yeah, I think that is it. But I tried to negate that. I tried to negate that by using coroutines. And it tries to call play now. Ah. I don't know.
Answer says Wade there it is put an event at the end of the animation to unlock attack button again.
I mean, I could do that, I think. Well, let me think about it first. Let me try.
Answer says another banger song by the way. Answer says think.
I'm thinking.
Answer says think.
think. Brain. As one of my favorite streamers used to say. Oh, Dead Gamer, thanks for the follow.
Answer says no emphasis. This TTS be meh.
Yeah, the TTS is meh. There's better TTS out there, but costs money. My brain juice is kinda gone.
Dead
man.
Gamer66 says hi, you have Oculus Quest.
I do. Wait, no, I don't have an Oculus Quest. I have an Valve Index. I'm not using it right now, if that's what you mean. This is not helping. It's calling the get current thing. It's setting the. It's incrementing here. And before, I think the other function already called the increment before.
Dead
It's being
Gamer66
played.
says I have problem with Quest 2. D.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I can't help you with that.
Answer says how can I res the Dead Gamer?
I think you need a Phoenix down. Animation clips. If I have animation playables clips in here instead, then I might be able to. I think this should be in the. Yeah, I think what I'm doing here is the wrong way. I'm trying to do something that probably already exists in the playables API. I think what I'm doing is the wrong way. Yeah, I'm gonna revert back my changes for now. And I think I should just start using the Playables API to copy what is in the animator. And once that works, I'll figure out how to do this correctly. Why can't I revert everything at once? Why do I have to click on everything on its own? That's kind of weird. Delete this. Okay. Let me just refresh this real quick. Now I'm back to how it was before. You know? Kind of annoying. Okay. But I think the way to do it is to first copy everything that is in the animator right now. into the playable script. And that way, I will be able to do it correctly. Okay. I have created a blank animator for this. And I will move into the player right now. Where is it? This one. And now it shouldn't have any animation, correct? Only this one. Okay. Alrighty. And then we will need to... It does not exist yet. Answer, I don't know if you're still in the chat, if you can hear me. We will need to move or merge these scripts into that one by one, so that we have all the animation stuff in one space, in one location, basically. Okay. Okay, scripts. We think currently what I have here. We have a graph, we have a mixer, we have a clip. And I kinda will need more clips here. I need the animator, but we use a blank animator for this now. Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here for now. I know what to do next. I just need to work on this, add more clips in here, right? Basically add lists of clips in here so that we can make a animation clip playable out of it. And then I will start building the tree that we can see here. Where is it? It's not this one. The old one before I replaced it, basically. And then we can use the new playables for every condition. I need to look up how to do conditions. That one I haven't checked out yet. Basically, I need to have like a condition if moving, play, move, animation, if running, play, running animation, stuff like that. And also the different directions. So I need to take in the move X and move Y input variables. I think I'll need to look up some more playable tutorials, because the one that I've seen so far only use the existing animator, but I don't want to use an existing animator. I want to create a new one from scratch, basically. Right? I don't want to add to the animator. I want to create an animator. Tell the animator what to do, basically. Anyways, that'll be all for today. Have a good day, good night, whatever, and see you next time. Bye-bye.